They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and those creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that's caught inside the 30. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 46 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. In for the score. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
That play was blocked so well, it almost felt like a 7-on-7 session with no rush at all. Quarterback was able to stay in the pocket, scan the field, go through his progressions, and find the open receiver for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. That's fielded in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
On 1st and 10, Cousins flush to his right. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. A minute 59 to go in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Rhino! Move!
Cousins on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 47 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Yellow!
Cousins on the keeper. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins flushed out right. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before the break, Watson. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
Here we go. 4 down.
They pitch it out to Cook. Broken tackle. Still going. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. The return of Cook, a big boost to this Viking offense. Here's 1st and 10.
Black, 82. Let's go.
They run again on 1st down. Cook, he'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Lucky 48.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Let's go, let's go. First. We're going. Let's go.
A toss to Cook. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tiger.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Being chased out left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
The current formula is not working right now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Third and long. It's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. And out now come the Vikings. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Cousins now on 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Check. Left 50. Check 37. Two. Yellow.
Play action now. Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41.
Gun.
Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
You got him. What's tight? Tight is right. The hut. What is it? Rhino. Move.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And now here comes Kansas City. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The give is to Bell. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They took your advice from a bit earlier, tried the screen, but that one, it was covered up pretty well.
They did a nice job on it, but I still think it was the right idea. Probably just a block or two away from making it work.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That has to be frustrating for defenders. third down. They take a shot way downfield. There is good coverage, yet they still come down with the football and pick up a big gain.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a third and goal here. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down.
Black 22.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They start the drive with Cook, and he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Darren Lee there to get him down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On second down, Cook. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Cousins here to throw, eluding the pressure right. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Frank Clark in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Two. Hey, here I come.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, flipper.
Throwing is Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They've